So, an empowerment coach is very similar to a life coach. There's lots of different coaches. What I do is I focus on helping women realize all of the options that they have by helping them assess their skills and leverage their resources, maybe the resources that they didn't even know were available to them, so that they know what options they have in life to have the life that they really want to have. I have worked in training and development for over 20 years. I started off as a career coach. So I've transitioned from career coach to empowerment coach over the last year, but collectively I have about 20 years of experience coaching women. A career coach focuses solely on helping you find a job. An empowerment coach, I focus on helping you assess your skills and determine the resources that you already have available to you to empower yourself to create the career or the job or the promotion or whatever you need to create within yourself to increase your earning potential. A clarity session is really just getting down to what do you really want and what are you willing to do to get it. We go over the process of what it takes. I work with women to develop the skills and habits that they need to have the things they want. Everything is Real Life by Ronda. I probably spend a lot of time every day empowering myself. Especially as a Black woman in our society, you have to fight every day with your mind to just feel empowered when you walk out of the door. I spend a lot of time reminding myself of the things that I've accomplished and the opportunities that are available to me. I think about the opportunities that were not available for my mom and my grandmother and just the access that I have. That alone makes me feel empowered to be able to do whatever I want. Affirmations, I speak very well to myself. No negative self-talk. I check it, absolutely not. Ooh, that's a good one. I think that community is everything. It's very important to be aware of the supports around you when you are going through a depression and know that first it's okay and find some support and have some, because at some point someone's gone through it, and if they haven't gone through it, they know someone who's gone through it. I think so many women keep it bottled up inside, and there is shame behind depression, just feeling bad and feeling overwhelmed. I think finding that support that you can just go and say, you know what, I had a fucking meltdown in Applebee's the other day because I was just so overwhelmed and upset, and I can't pinpoint why, but I was crying. To hear someone else say, I did that last week at Target, just that alone sometimes can start the dialogue and help you start to begin the process of feeling better. Delegate, delegate, delegate. I would definitely say for new moms that are going back to work after having a baby is self-care is huge, and be okay with transitioning back to work in a different capacity than maybe before you had the baby, because your life has changed so much. A lot of times we are not okay. It's okay to not be okay with the schedule that you had prior to becoming a mom. Assess those skills. That's what it's all about. Sometimes when people have a career path and then their life changes, and this happened recently with Cardi B. You become a mom and you think, okay, I'm going to get right back to work and I'm going to be able to do all the things with all the people and this, that, and the other. And as a mom of 3 biological children, I have 3 foster children and a stepmom, I can tell you that it's very different, and it's okay. You can still be a boss, you can still rock it. You just have to be open to maybe doing it a little bit differently. Definitely delegating some things. Absolutely delegate, and look at what other skill sets that you have that you can earn that same income without having to wait for someone to write a check for you. Um, I always say community is everything. It's very important to be so. Anything major cannot be done alone. It's very important to have support. However, use discernment when seeking support. It's like a bank. If you're rolling with other boss babes and they are making more withdrawals than they are deposits, you know when you're feeling supported, and don't stay in any type of relationship, friendship, or anything that feels like you're doing it out of obligation. Oh, I absolutely believe women can have it all. My tagline is live your best life in real life. Having it all is about perspective. It's definitely not about the measure of how many vacations you take, or how booed up you are, or how much money is in your bank account. Having it all is about knowing yourself and knowing what makes you happy. If working 50, 60 hours a week makes you happy because you are addicted to the grind, and that is what fuels your soul and your creativity, then you have it all. If staying home with your family and working a part-time job is what does it for you, then you have it all. Having it all is about not comparing yourself to what you see on the gram, and knowing exactly what makes you happy and knowing how to get it. Oh, wow. I definitely think that being honest with yourself and not setting yourself up for failure is huge. Not biting off more than you can. Prioritizing what's important. I mean, you don't set yourself up for failure. So if exercise is what's important for you, say, all right, during lunch, I'm gonna walk, 10 minutes a day to get my lunch. But if you know you're not a morning person, and saying, I'm gonna get up every morning and go to the gym at 6 o'clock in the morning, but it takes me, 30 minutes to beat my face and do everything else, it's gonna mess up your day. Being aware of who you are and being very flexible with how you get things done and doing what works for you and being okay with that. That is how you can be more productive. Be okay with, if you go on and you read an article that says 10 tips for being more productive, those 10 tips is not the holy grail. That may not work for you. A generalization. Maybe two of those tips work for you and you can figure out how to incorporate them and tweak them. But I think we put too much pressure on ourselves on trying to do it one way. And that's where me being an empowerment coach comes in. You have to know yourself, your lifestyle, what works for you, and then we figure it out. And you decide your productivity, not the internet or not an article.